The 2025 SunBet ZX-10 Masters Cup is proudly brought to you by SunBet, Bridgestone, the tyre of choice, VAG Automotive Centre Centurion, and EBC Brakes. Welcome back, race fans, to the 2025 SunBet ZX-10 Masters Cup. We're here at Killarney International Raceway for race 2 of round 1, and after the chaos of race 1, the riders are gearing up for another intense battle out on the tarmac. With race 1 firmly in the books, all eyes are on the grid as the riders make their final preparations. Some are tweaking their setups, others are keeping things cool and collected. We saw Johan Leroux on the 44 and Hang McMahon on the number 4 having a chat before the race. Could be strategy, could be mind games, could just be a little bit of chit-chat. Meanwhile, Audi van Dalen is getting pumped up, ready to give everything out on track. For Reggie Seal, though, on the number 166, his race was about redemption. After a disappointing crash in race 1, he'll be looking for a much stronger finish come race 2. And then there's Lubas, who's got his own challenges ahead, hoping to turn things around for race 2. And let's not forget about Lionel Black on the number 61, who's had a rough weekend so far. A massive crash in the earlier practice session left his bike in bad shape, but the SunBet ZX-10 Masters Cup family rallied around him and got the bike sorted and hopefully ready to attack in race 2. A big shout out must go to one of our new sponsors for 2025, VAG Automotive Centre Centurion. Let's catch up with Audi van Dalen, the owner of VAG.
Hello everybody, I'm currently standing with Adrian van Dalen, who is one of our sponsors for the SunBet ZX-10 Masters, and he is one of the riders. Adi, I basically want to know, why did you decide to sponsor the SunBet ZX-10 Masters?
Well, first of all, VAG Automotive is an automotive workshop. VAG stands for Volkswagen Audi Group, for those of you that doesn't know. We specialize basically in German vehicles, but 4 years ago, we broke the markets open for any type of vehicle. I'm a racer, I'm on a bike, but I had so much of customers from ZX-10 coming to our workshop that we decided to be a sponsor towards the club as well. It's like a give and take game that we play. And I'm very proud to be a sponsor. Me and my team are really pushing hard and trying to make a living out of it and support where we can support. So it's fully about exposure to the workshop, obviously. We are located in Centurion, in Enops Park area. So for any help on your vehicles, please come visit us. Go check our webpage out. Go check our Instagram page. I'm sure we can do almost everything from the rear bumper to the front bumper. And if there's any hassles, then I'm the guy you phone.
Listen, Adi, so I've known you for a good couple of years, and if it's one thing that I've learned about you, is you are someone that is very precise and very particular on what you do. You make sure that what you do is exact and spot on. So I know that VAG is very important, and it is one of the greatest companies that I know of that can help us with our cars and that. But from what I understand, you've opened up different sections of it. Can you tell us about these different sections of it?
Yeah, so first of all, you must understand it's a workshop. If there comes 22 vehicles in a day, it's impossible for me to check everything, but that's where you need to have trust in your staff. So I've got guys like Damien, Wainan, Tapang, Ntoko Zisi, Quena, and Twini. I can't do it without those guys. And then we've got Putti and Sina, Shamunai, Veronica, and Steven. That helps a lot. It's like a complete team effort, and it's like a chain on a bike. If one link is missing, we can't operate. And then when I come racing, I mean, there's a lot of weight on them. But yeah, we've divided the workshop in the essence of we've got VAG Automotive, which is purely all the vehicle from repairs, gearboxes, clutches, services. And then we've got a towing company, VAG Automotive Towing. It's a separate business working for VAG and assisting the customers where we can. And then AD's Dynamic has always been there. We first started off with a bit of a bike shop. And the initial plan was always to be to get our own parts department. So we made it AD's Dynamic parts department now. But three names, but one affiliation, if I can put it that way. So yeah, we do all types of things there. So yeah, trying, huh?
Right.
No.
Listen, from the SunBet ZX-10 Masters and from all our riders that take part in the series, we want to thank you for coming on board and supporting such a phenomenal cause and being part of it. You're not just a sponsor, you're here, you're part of it, and that is something that means a lot. So thank you, and we'll see you at the next race.
You'll see me, and it's a privilege to be here. And then I would just like to give I don't want to say credit, but I want to thank our God, Jesus upstairs, for making it possible. Without him, it won't be possible. So
100%. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
thank you.
As the tension built for race 2, all eyes were on the 41 of Graham from Idar. After a strong second place showing in race 1, could he fight his way back into the podium battle? Or would the number 117, the big man, David Faringa, the juggernaut, put a stop to that and force his way into the mix? Could the number 469 machine of Adi van Dalen push his bike further up the field and never count out James Barson? He's been agonizingly close to the podium battle in recent races. Could this be the race where he finally breaks through with his steel monkey-backed ZX-10R? But the biggest question heading into race 2, could anyone chase down the champ, Clint Seller? He was in a league of his own in race 1, but this time the competition is gunning for him. Han McMahon on the number 4, could he pose a threat to Clinton Seller? Or maybe a fresh face like Peter Dalport on the number 110, who impressed us in the first race? Could he shake things up out front? And there was also Sifiso Themba, always a threat off the line, and if race 1 was anything to go by, he would be looking at getting into those top 4 positions come race 2. Time for talk was now over. As the riders suited up, let's make our way down to Greg for commentary of race 2 of round 1.
So we get ready now for race number 2 of this incredible opening round of SunBet ZX-10 Masters Cup. Cancella on pole, Ian McMahon alongside him, looking for a chance to possibly go a little bit higher up than what he finished in the first race. So certainly looking for some improvements on that machine of his. That's basically how they're going to line up there. As you can see off the qualifying, Seller, McMahon, Van Bredar, 2 Class A and 1 Class B. Then it's Jason Lamb, Dave Varinga, and James Barson making up the second row. Adrian Van Dalen on the VAG machine is there with Sifiso Themba, IM63. Good to see Reggie Seal back up after that crash in race number 1, or the problem that he had in race number 1. And of course, he'll be fighting hard there with Lubes. And Lubabalo will definitely be in the mix. Watch out for Keith Agliotti on the Ridgeway Racing bike. He'll be looking to come through quickly. I don't think we're going to see Lionel Black back on the grid, though, unfortunately. He's not going to make it back here for the second race. So we'll keep an eye on the progress there, but also keeping an eye on the progress of Perron Parasman. Hopefully he can make his way through the field and finish up a little bit higher up, maybe up into the points, and particularly for the points for his class. Standing by now and ready to go for race 2. You'll see the Lollipop Man move across and out of the way. We got a green flag at the back. We're about to get lights on and about to go racing for the second time here at the opening round of the Extreme Festival of Motorsport, courtesy of Coca-Cola Beverages South Africa. But it's SunBet ZX-10 Masters Cup, and in association now with EBC Brakes and VAG, and down towards turn 1. Oh, look at the start coming from Sifiso Themba. What a start there from the IM63. Coming through, looks like up into about 4th place by the looks of things there for Sifiso. One of the best starts we've seen out of him coming into turn 1. It's Seller who gets the whole shot. Van Bredar on his tail. And you can see Jason Lamb outgunned, and so was Slucky. Slucky dropping back there. Reggie Seal coming around the outside there on the 166. Watch out for him. He'll definitely be looking to make up some ground now. Nice slow-mo action shot coming out of turn number 1 there to show this big pack of riders heading back towards turn number 2. Let's look at it now from Hein McMahon's point of view. You can see he just drops back as Seller gets away. Gets eaten up, but look at that! Squeezing through and on the brakes into turn 1 was Themba. And coming through with him looks like another fantastic start from Dave Varinga. So Varinga and Themba, the 2 best starters there from the first start of race number 2. Hopefully it's going to be the only start. Now we look back, this will probably be from, look at this, heading down towards turn 1. There's just bikes left, right and centre. And here comes Savisa Temba. Wow, absolutely action-packed start to the second heat. As they come out of Holes Hook now, they'll be sorting themselves out and trying to get up and running into a rhythm, and hopefully into a little bit of a manoeuvre that'll get them to the front end of the field, because that's where they need to be. Everybody else at the back seems to have got through turn 1 and 2 relatively unscathed after that incredible start from a couple of riders there. Fantastic start, as I said, they're coming from David Varinga and coming as well from Savisa Temba. Seller's getting away as he did in the first heat, and it looks like Graham Van Breda, with that better start, seems to have got a little bit of breathing room between himself and the third place riders as they head down into that back straightaway for the very first time. Heading onto the back straight, you can see Seller just opening up the gap even larger over Graham Van Breda. The fight here is going to be for third, and it looks like Jason Lamb has made his way up into the fourth spot, taking Slucky along with him. So nice move there from James Barson as well. Barson just picking up on that one. Oh, Lionel Black unfortunately retiring at the back of the pack there. So he was on track and just having to retire that bike. There must have been some issues after that first race incident. Right now, as they come across the line, they complete the first lap in anger. It's still Temba up there in that top 6 hunt, but the rest of the field coming through there. Watching out for Johan Leroux. Johan Leroux and Peter Delport pretty much up close and personal. Once again, nice slow-mo shot here through turn 1. Just watching Savisa Temba try and close the gap down on the rider in front of him. He's had a phenomenal start to the second heat. Best start we've seen out of him in a long time, and probably arguably his best start in the ZX-10 Masters Cup. He's got a bit of pressure though coming from behind from Boston. Boston once through there on the Steel Monkey bike. That Steel Monkey clothing and pro-proof waterproofing Kawasaki of his is pushing hard. But Jason Lamb also pushing hard. Look at how Jason Lamb is slowly but surely making his way to the front. There we go, a nice little action shot there of the man from East London, the tarmac East London and Buffalo Service Centre Kawasaki, working hard to stay ahead of the K9 security machine of Hein McMahon. So it's non-stop action here for these riders in the second heat. Kind of what we expected. It's normally what they do is they'll leave it all to play for in the second and final heat of a ZX-10 Masters Cup. And that's exactly what we're seeing here. A bit further back here, also some battles starting to sort themselves out here slowly but surely. Coming under braking is Keith Agliotti, using those EBC brakes to perfection down into Cape Town corner. Brilliant stuff from him. Man from Ridgeway Racing, having a fantastic start to the season so far, and looking to be ever improving. He'll be looking to start. Oh, Lubabalo and Sana, the only Cape Town rider, has to retire. That's a massive, massive loss to the field. And of course, the Cape Town Massive that are out there are going to be a bit upset about that. No one really in contention here. Almost getting down to lap record time was Clinsella. Incredible lap times coming out of him. He eventually got down, I think, into the 11s in qualifying. So incredible stuff coming from him. But Sella is the man that everybody has got their sights set on. And even with him being that fast, what it has done for this pack of riders is it given them sort of that carrot to chase. And that's not a bad carrot to chase if you take into account that he's one of the finest motorcycle riders to come out of South Africa in a long, long time. And a multiple South African champion in his own right. Looking to now go for a back-to-back championship in the ZX-10 Masters Cup. Nice move there as well. Further back in the pack, I think that was Johan Leroux just squeezing through there. JLR just finding a way through there on Reggie Seal as they come through once again and complete another lap in anger. These riders are giving it everything they can. And coming to the closing stages, it looks like Jason Lamb is closing on Van Breda. So Van Breda could be in a bit of trouble here as Lamb has closed that gap down pretty rapidly. We've got Class A out front with Silla. Second place is the leader of Class B in Graham Van Breda. And third place is the leader of Class C in Jason Lamb. But Jason Lamb's got trouble, and it's in the form of Slucky. Hein McMahon looking to push hard to try and get through there. And as he's going to try and find a way past as they come out of Cashel Corner, heading down towards Damstip. He's right on the tailpiece now, looking for a way through. And it looks like down into fourth place, that's going to be David Varinga. So Varinga's lost out a little bit of ground. Adrian Van Dalen coming along nicely as well, bringing along for the ride there, Reggie Seal. And still in the mix there is IM63, Savisa Temba. There is Barson, that pro-proof and Steel Monkey Clothing's Kawasaki, having an absolute beautiful run down here in Cape Town. He's certainly looking for a top overall finish here this weekend as well, is James Barson. And his sponsors have come all the way from Benoni to support him. They've brought along a brand new truck as well to support all the riders and the ZX-10 Masters Cup with some merchandise opportunities for them in Steel Monkey Clothing. 44, the oldest man on the mountain, and he is at the mountain at the moment, JLR. Loving life down here in Cape Town. Fantastic to see him in full flight like that. And the Avadan trading bike is certainly a bike to watch out for. Maybe just not as quick as he was a couple of seasons ago when he was still mixing it at the front end. But take nothing away from MC Hammer. He certainly knows how to get a motorcycle around this track fast. Oh, up the inside. There you go. Great move. And Slucky's... Oh, he's lost it. Slucky goes down. He had a big look into turn 2. And he just lost the front end there. It was quite a weird crash, actually. Looked like everything was okay. He must have just caught something on the track that just didn't work with that Bridgestone. You can see him waving there to the other riders just to warn them that there is a bike down. There'll be yellow flags, of course, for the rider and the bike that's gone down. He's okay. The bike looks like it might not be 100%. Here it is, late braking on Jason Lamb. Trying to make it stick. Looks like it's absolutely perfectly done, actually. And as he goes in here, the back end just steps out there. Extremely weird scenario there for Hein McMahon. And I'm not quite sure what actually went wrong there. Big pity to lose him, but unfortunately we have. Which means Jason Lamb is now comfortably in 3rd place. This man is in control by a massive margin. He's gone up the road, I think, to the tune of about 20-odd seconds ahead of the rest of the pack. So Kinsella, Evil Knievel, tough man to beat. Hopefully when Alan John Fenter gets back from the TT, he'll be back into the ZX-10s and be able to give Clint a little bit of fun to have on his own. Because he's basically having fun on his own right now, but he'd like someone else to play with. So AJ, hope you're hearing this, buddy. It's time to come in and join the riders as soon as you get back from your TT duties. It's 1 lap to go, by the looks of things. I think that's that 1 lap board that's come out there. And Van Breda, comfortable. Jason Lamb, comfortable. Still a bit of a fight on just behind, though, with James Barson. And Adrian Van Dalen is actually not too far behind there. And I think joining him is going to be Dave Veringa. So the Juggernaut, Van Dalen, and Barson are the riders looking for the 4th place. And right now it's in the hands of Barson. James Barson's got ahead and found a way through there. So what is Adrian Van Dalen on VAG Automotive Centre Machine going to do? And can we see possibly David Veringa coming through there on the Vino Logs and Raceline Lubes machine? I don't think there's enough time for him, unfortunately. Here's the man we're just talking about right now. The big man. The big dog of this motorcycle club and this motorcycle series. Known as the Juggernaut, but certainly a man who knows exactly what to do on a motorcycle and can go really well. Nice some slow-mo shots of him as well. Now down towards turn 5. This is Jason Lamb late on the brakes to keep James Barson out. Barson's closed on him. Barson looking potentially here for maybe a chance to get up into what would be a podium position, but I don't think he's going to be able to outgun Jason Lamb as they get across the line and start another lap. These guys are not holding anything back here, are they? They really are pushing it to the limit and more. Well, it wasn't the last lap board, Greg. It was only a lap board that was coming out. There's still a few laps to go here for these riders. So, still some action to happen here for ZX-10 Masters Cup. And it's not done just yet. Jason Lamb onto the brakes into turn 2. Cashel corner. Closed down by Barson. And it's Veringa behind that. Veringa doing a super job there to try and get onto the back end of Van Dalen. Van Dalen in the mix as well. So, not much in it there between them. Watch this man again in action. Doing a superb job. Looks like he might have lost his GoPro. I think the GoPro on that mast at the back of the bike's gone missing. So IM63 is going to have to take a little walk around the track later on to try and find that GoPro. But definitely that swing arm at the back end of the motorcycle that had the GoPro on no longer has a camera on it. This is nice to see as well. Mid-pack battles all the way through. And exactly what we love to watch when it comes to ZX-10 Masters Cup. There's just in-house fighting right the way through every single part of the track. And it won't be 1 or 2, it'll be 1 or 3 riders that they'll be fighting hard with here. Graham Van Breda in control in 2nd. You can't even see Seller up the road. Seller's already on the back straight. You can actually just see his helmet going through in the background there, just above the tyres, the red and white tyres in the background there. So that's the gap that Kinsella's pulled now over Graham Van Breda. Now remember, Graham Van Breda, multiple champion in this class. He looks over his shoulder just to make sure that the other riders are not too up close and personal, particularly Jason Lamb, who's had a number of fights within the past. So let's see whether or not he can just keep it all together. I think he will be able to keep it all together there on that Stefanuti Stocks and Motul Oils Kawasaki. Down towards turn 5 they come. Barson trying to close down on Jason Lamb. Lamb's got him covered though. Baron Parasman, much better run here from him in the second heat. He's just outside the top 10. Not sure if he's going to catch... no, he's not going to catch the 10th place rider there. That would be, at this stage, Peter Delport. But I think Parasman might just hang on for just outside of the top 10 on the number 10. Or the number 110 as he likes to run here. So 110 is Delport. Number 10 is Parasman. And Parasman right now just fighting with the 10s at this stage. It's a kind of a battle of the 10s right now for the closing stages. Dropping back slightly there is Keith Agliotti. He's lost a little bit of ground in the closing stages, so we'll keep an eye on as whether he gets into the single digits. Maybe a couple of other riders have some issues. They don't normally have any trouble with these bikes down here in Cape Town. These Kawasaki's are very good. and usually bomb-proof when it comes to the electronics and the motor side of the motorcycle, due to the fact that they run with those rules that allow them to only do slight modifications to these bikes, keeping them as stock as possible. And that's what makes this racing so close and so exciting, and it has done for the last 20 odd years as well. So it's fantastic to see them still in full flight and running high now with SunBet ZX-10s, and SunBet is the, of course, main sponsor of the ZX-10s, but joined this year by VAG and EBC Brakes. Late braking down into turn 5. Final bit of action here coming through, and you can see there's not much in it there. Adrian van Dalen has had a fantastic day in the saddle and will be looking for a top 5 overall if he stays where he is right now. Still got a bit of work to do with the juggernaut on his tail, so it's not done yet there for him. Reggie Seal's certainly a lot better here in race number 2. Definitely looking for an opportunity to be at the front end throughout the season if Seal keeps up the kind of pressure he's got right now. He's already shown prowess, he's shown his ability, and he's shown what he can do in terms of staying at the front end and now potentially being a front end runner. Just got to try and stay with a couple of the riders that are a little bit further up the road from him. The gaps have opened up a little bit too much, and I think he'd probably like to be a little bit higher up and maybe not have lost that ground so much so in the early stages of the first and second race, and particularly here in the second race. There's some big action. This is fantastic. I love these slow-mo shots. This is Agliotti flicking it from the left-hand side of the motorcycle. He'll then just stick it up slightly, and it goes to the right-hand side for Damstip. Sure, we watch out Perron Parasman. Big battle on here. This one's not done yet. These two still fighting hard for honours here, and there's hardly anything in it between them. Look at that. That's the big man Dieter Heisman having a fantastic run there. Of course, running this weekend on the Project 60 bike of Trevor Westman, and we wish him a very, very speedy recovery, the killer. Hoping to see him back in action real soon as he's recovered from that big crash. But amazing to think that there was no other Cape Town riders down here this weekend. A couple of the riders not making it out and their bikes not ready in time.
Another awesome slow-mo shot here. This is the Steel Monkey Clothing Kawasaki of James Barson coming out of turn 2. He'll be looking forward to the next round and going a little bit quicker. That's on the 9th and 10th of May. We head down to the friendly city of Quebec.
Evil Knievel has been in a class of his own, and that King Price Kawasaki of his has just been on rails around here. Getting down to a fastest lap there of a 1:13.006 for race number 2. Doesn't really need to go any faster than that. No one else even into the 13s. The next bike fastest lap is a 15.5, so he's 2.5 seconds quicker than any motorcycle out on circuit in these 2 heats of racing here today. So certainly the man to catch in 2025 again. And remember, he literally went unbeaten up until the penultimate round of the championship, and already wrapped up the championship with that penultimate round. Didn't even have to ride it to get the number 1 plate. Once again, nice shot here of Agliotti coming through the kink out of Castrol. Just giving us a chance to get Sella down that back straight away and into Cape Town corner. He comes out of Fostron, and this man now is just absolutely loving life on his motorcycle. Steve has done an amazing job on the prep, and it looks like it's going to pay off here. Big dividends. As he stands up, Evil Knievel style as always, salutes the crowd, salutes all his sponsors, and is a very happy man to cross the line in first place for Class A and overall for the SunBet ZX-10 Masters Cup. Fantastic effort there from Kinsella to win out this first heat. And looking back, he's looking back going, where are these guys? Well, here they come. They're eventually coming down the Cape Town corner. Graham Van Bedard's just up the road from this man, Jason Lamb. Jason Lamb just ahead of James Barson. And that's how it's going to wrap up here. There they come to the line. There is Van Bedard GVBD taking it for Class B, second overall for the day on the Stefanuti Stocks and Motor Oils Kawasaki. And it's the Time Art East London and Buffalo Service Centre Kawasaki that comes through for third, and the win in Class C. Second place in Class B is James Barson. He finishes up in 4th place. Adrian van Dalen is going to finish up in 2nd place for Class A, down in 5th place. And it's going to be Peter Delport who will get 3rd and 10th overall on the track for Class A as they're still coming to the line. But there's Sella celebrating, and that's exactly what you expect the man to do when he's had such a phenomenal race at the front end of this field. A brilliant effort there from Clint Sella, and that wraps up race 2 and round 1 of our action here from the Killarney International Raceway. There are the official results. Sella from Graham Van Bedard, Jason Lamb and James Barson beating out Adrian van Dalen. David Varinga will get 2nd in the Class Bs, as you can see there, down in 6th, and 3rd will go to Reggie Seal. Great run from Johan Leroux. He finishes up in second in Class C. And all the way down there, unfortunately, Lionel Black not finishing. Probably won't get classified, but down in 16th on our result sheet on the SunBet bike. So great action, as always, in the SunBet ZX-10 Masters Cup.
So there we have it then. Yet another dominant display from the champ, the number 1 of Clinton Seller on his King Price Extreme Kawasaki ZX-10 machine, proving that he is a force to be reckoned with yet again in the 2025 season. Can anyone stop the number 1 man?
Hello everybody, it is the first round of the SunBet ZX-10 Masters. We are in Cape Town and we've got our champ. Clint, how was your weekend?
Yeah, it was good. Obviously 2 victories, extremely proud. I think the team, everyone's been out of control, crazy busy to get us all organized. The bike, I think, as you guys saw, we did a special, super cool sticker kit and did some special things and a new hospitality. So that has been all consuming. But yeah, I won't... great race in the sense of that, obviously 2 wins, crowd and a big gap. But yeah, we want more. I think the weekend everyone saw that I was looking for more every session. So yeah, I think there's a lot to be gained from us doing a few changes on the bike. I think myself, I'm still suffering a little bit of injury from Spain. So yeah, once that is resolved, I think I can actually really go for it.
Okay, and then tell me, based on this weekend with you riding your bike and doing all your sessions, what was your best moment, your favorite moment from this weekend?
I know this is going to sound terrible, but it was the first time the new hospitality went up. It was my dream, and I've always wanted to have my truck with a hospitality off it, that American motocross vibe, and we were able to create it with my company Portable Shade, and I think honestly that was my proudest moment the whole weekend when it went together, and it looked what I wanted it to look like, and then having the guests, honestly, how crazy, there were so many people here today, and then having people see it and comment on it was great, and then 2 wins capped it off. Nice little cherry.
Yes, but you ran away with it today on fire. And then Clint, tell us, who are your sponsors? Who are the people we have to thank for letting you race today?
Yeah, so King Price has been with me since 2019. Liqui Moly has been with me since 2019. If you look up the wall here, these are people that have partnered with me since I started my team. NGK, my own personal business, Portable Shade, Createx, Buffelsfontein, I knew, Alpine Star Shark, again, have been with me my entire career. And and then even Super Signs. Super Signs is a guy that likes racing motorbikes, and he just said, hey, can I be involved? And he flew to Cape Town from Swaziland today to join us to watch a race.
That is absolutely amazing. Yes,
very lucky to have the people I do. Yeah, absolutely.
And to fly all the way from Swaziland to see you run away with it today, that is phenomenal.
Yeah. Okay,
I've got one last question. This is the question that all the club is waiting for. Where's the Buffelsfontein? They want a drink.
Right there. There's Buffelsfontein bottle right there. Steve's already on it.
Guys, there you have it from the champ himself. Please do yourself a favor. Go and support this man. Go and like his pages. And please, please, please go and buy yourself a bottle of Buffelsfontein so you can understand.
And insure with King Price.
Thank you very, very much and have a fantastic day.
And that's a wrap for race 2 of the 2025 SunBet ZX-10 Masters Cup, round 1 here at Killarney. An incredible battle out on the track with some brilliant performances and tight racing all the way to the finish line. The riders gave it their all, and what a way to kick off the 2025 season. But the action doesn't stop there. The next round takes us to the Killarney Raceway in Port Elizabeth from the 9th to 10th of May, where the championship fight will continue. Will the frontrunners extend their lead, or will we see new challengers rise to the occasion? Stay tuned as we head into the final results for Race 1 and Race 2 combined. Thanks for joining us for Round 1 at Killarney. See you all at Aldo Scribanti. The 2025 SunBet ZX-10 Masters Cup is proudly brought to you by SunBet, Bridgestone, the tyre of choice, VAG Automotive Centre Centurion, and EBC Brakes.